What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Let me make sure we are alive and you can hear me. Let me go to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. Yes. Okay, so basically, I want to start doing these videos. At least I have my iPad here with my notes. I want to start doing these videos at least every week. Just because this is what interests me and this is what I do for a living. I am a certified fraud examiner and I have my own consulting business. And every single time I go through these stories, I'm just like completely shocked. Honestly, because I'm like, what are people really thinking? The thing that got me interested in like people doing fraud is I think this was like the very first time, but I was an undergrad and I remember one of my business classes, they had brought in a man from jail and because he did like this big fraud scheme and he basically said like he admitted to the class like everything he did and then the guy who investigated him was also there and basically said like all the things he did to catch this guy. It was like really crazy. Mind you, this was in college. So that was like my first time and yeah, I've always like worked in accounting and stuff and then really I've always worked in like forensic accounting. So yeah, we're gonna be going over this story, which this man, his name is Jerry. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce his first name because it is super long. I will put it down in the comments. But he basically got sentenced, I believe, yesterday officially. And these stories are just so like popular these days because there's so many like crypto scams going on and people seem so legit. Like the stuff people come up with to seem legit is insane because it's like you could have just put that energy into actually being legit. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I would rather like do it the fast way instead of the hard way and just end up like spending time in jail, which I don't get. But when you're talking like millions, $10 million or whatever, you're gonna get caught, like eventually. Maybe not at first. Usually it takes a long time. Not a long time, but it usually takes a few years to get caught because you have to gather all the evidence. It's not something that is going to happen overnight, especially for like something with fraud. You have to build your case. And yeah, I don't know. I guess people get comfortable. They think like, oh, they got away with it. And yeah, they absolutely did not. Like, baby, your time is coming. You're gonna end up in jail, which is crazy because this guy, he opened two companies. So he seemed legit. This man was from Ohio. He's like an Indian American guy. And he opened up two companies and he basically presented himself to be like this specialized Bitcoin trader and he tried to like hype himself up to make him seem like really really legit and expert and like crypto trading and everything so he got people to invest into his companies. He had two because obviously like when someone makes a company they seem more legit, which I think people fall victim because they think like, "Oh, this is a business, like let me invest in it, like this is real." No. Anyone can start a business for one. Anyone can go online and file an LLC. It's like maybe $100. It depends what state you live in, but yeah, you usually a lot of times it's free. You just have to pay tax. So anyone can start a business and just because someone does like have a business behind it, they literally do it just to seem like more legit. It like backs them up, gives them some type of credibility. So basically, he tricked all these investors, said he was an expert at cryptocurrency trading, and he specialized in Bitcoin. And this is the part that it's a scam. When someone tells you, like, oh, your investment is promised, like, you're gonna get this money back, there's no chance of you losing the money. and your initial investment is promised. That is always a scam because anyone knows when you invest your money, there's always a chance you're going to lose that money. There's no way someone is like can promise. I don't know, maybe I don't know exactly what he was doing, but sometimes people will say like, if you don't get a return or whatever, we'll give you your money back guaranteed. So I don't know if it was more of like we'll give you the money back that you invest, but it was probably like there's no chance of losing your money. Like you're guaranteed to to like make money off of this. Usually that is their scheme. They make it seem like there's no risk, which is absolutely not true. Anytime you invest, there's always a risk. Obviously, like some investments are safer than others. Like if you invest into like the S&P 500, for example, like that has been around for a long, long time. Your investment, you could lose it. You could lose some money. The stock market could crash, but the chances of that actually happening are very, very low. Um, and anything like a safe investment, you will go up and down. So you'll lose money, but then you'll get money. And then eventually, over time, I don't even remember what the return is, like yearly return, maybe like 9 to 13%. I don't remember. But yeah, those are safe investments. So when someone's like, you're guaranteed to get fast returns, no risk, your principal investment is not going to be lost. That is definitely not true. Like, no way can that be true because the whole point of it is investing is kind of like gambling. It's obviously more safe and regulated than gambling, but yeah, there's always a risk there. So when someone says something like that, that is just not true. And we'll talk about this later, but I've seen a lot of like influencers promote businesses that say stuff like that, and it's just like the I don't people don't know what they're promoting. They just promote because like it's their sponsorship and they're getting paid, but yeah, you just have to be careful, like, with what people say and just use common sense. If it seems too good to be true, then it probably is good to too good to be true. So, I know everyone like especially this day and age, and this is why people even do fraud and like scam. People want to like get money and become rich super quickly. Especially people online, they make it seem like it's possible overnight. So they fall victim to these things. And then people like this Jerry man from Ohio um, think it's a good idea to, you know, scam people. And yeah, anyways, he got what, 9 years in prison? So, and 3 years of probation. So I don't know. I don't know how that's worth it. But, anyways, that's besides the point. So he got people to invest in his business. He said he was going to make them a lot of money with the Bitcoin trading. And whole time he is pocketing the money. This is on the DOJ website, by the way. It said he was renting using like private jets. He was renting yachts. He had a crazy, crazy vacation home, luxury car, expensive clothing. He had all the things. So obviously he was doing these things to try to like portray that a certain social status that he was like super rich. He got all the luxury items from it, which is like even funnier because it's like not only are you committing fraud, but you're basically promoting it. Like now everyone knows, but I don't know. Maybe it seemed believable that his businesses were just like making all these profits, but it's just an easy way to get caught, especially when you're flashy like that, obviously. So he was pocketing the money and he wasn't actually investing the money into Bitcoin. Instead, he was using new investors' money and was paying off the old investors, which is literally the definition of a Ponzi scheme is taking the new investors' money and repaying the old investors. So it seems like your company or whatever is making money, and it seems like those are the returns. Um, but yeah, they were never the returns. They were the new investors' money. So, which is obviously illegal. Like, obviously, a Ponzi scheme is just like, okay. I feel like he could have came up with something better than that. At least invest some of the money. At least try. You know what I mean? Like, at least invest the money, lose it all. Like, you didn't know what you were doing, whatever. At least try. Just running a whole Ponzi scheme, like, it just wasn't a good idea. It just was not, clearly. So he basically lost all of their investment, clearly, because he was like pocketing most of the money. He gave them a list of reasons of why there were so many delays, and whenever they wanted to cash in their initial principal that they were promised. So, and all this took place, I think his first business originally opened in 2019. So this all took place from 2019 to 2022, which was like peak time. Like, obviously that was COVID time. So peak time. And yeah, there was a lot of this going on around that time. And then October of 2024, he pleaded guilty to one count of wire fraud. But this is the crazy part of it all. He continued on this scam while he pleaded guilty and was out waiting for his sentencing. He was still taking money from the investors and was losing their money after he already got caught. Like, this is just the crazy part of it all. So, yeah. So then he had to take another plea deal during his sentencing, which I believe happened yesterday. They didn't put like the whole exact timeline, but yeah, I believe that happened yesterday. He had to have like a new plea deal, basically admitted to what he's like admitting to everything that he's doing. So, anyways, he took another plea deal and then he had his sentencing, and he was sentenced to 9 years in prison and 3 years of supervised release. So, yeah, obviously this man is like dangerous because he's out here just scamming people. Like, he is a savage, which is probably why he got so long. Um, Sometimes, well, I guess you never really know, but sometimes they don't sentence fraud for as long because sometimes they want people to pay the money back. But yeah, I don't know. 9 years is a pretty long time, and there's probably no way he's gonna pay the money back because the man really had no skills to begin with other than just like scamming. Good at scamming. I will give him that. Like, the fact that you have all these people, 10 millions of dollars. I seen one website published that it was 12 million, but the DOJ said 10 million. The fact that you have this many people like invested in your company, like, you could actually have some good skill and put it to good use because that is a lot of money for someone to invest. And the fact that like you were doing absolutely nothing with it besides just buying like your own um vacations and private jets and everything else. My question is, like, how did he think he was going to get away with this? And if he did think he was going to get away with it and just didn't care, I don't know. The first complaint that was filed against him was against him, his business, and his parents. So I wonder if like it was like a family scheme. But he was the only one that got indicted, and so far the only person that I know of that went to jail for it. So we're just gonna let his parents off the hook right now and say they didn't know. Since that is all like that's just a complaint, so it was allegedly. But did he really think he was gonna get away with it? And how long people that do Ponzi schemes, I wonder how long they think it can go on. Because, like, obviously, they're gonna find out, right? You would need more people to invest over time to even be able to pay off. Like, I don't know how long that could possibly. I know Ponzi schemes have went on for a long time, but it's just like you would have to have a really, really, really good Ponzi scheme to keep that on for that long. And this day and age, it's just like it's so easy to get caught because just like him, like people promote what they've scammed. Like they go and buy like the most crazy things. They half the time they put it on social media. So it's like, okay, now you're just like basically telling everyone they're just not very good at the scams. Like, I don't know, people, it's just like an ego thing and they just want to like, get to the next status, get to the next class, act like they're like super rich, so they have to like flaunt it to everyone and really not even do anything good with the money you stole. But that's besides the point. What I was going to say earlier, I saw many people promoting, especially around like the COVID time, a lot of influencers, and I don't remember the exact company, but a lot of them had like sponsorships. Basically, I don't know if there was a Ponzi scheme behind it, but it was like basically promoting the same thing. Like they were saying like it was some companies that were investing in Bitcoin and they were all the influencers were saying like your investment is guaranteed. Like you cannot lose money from this 100% like risk free. And it's just so crazy because obviously, like, that is not true unless the company is just straight up giving their initial investment back, which is usually not the case. Usually, like, that is just a way to get them in. And then obviously, you lose all your money. So, yeah, the crypto and the like Bitcoin, all of that is the scams that go on with that is so crazy, especially because it's like newer. Hold on, let me get my drink. Love sparkling water, except this can is like every time I always get these delivered and they always come like dented. Like, how am I supposed to drink out of that? It's just so annoying. These are my favorite flavor, the raspberry nectarine, which is crazy because I don't even like raspberry. It's like super bubbly. Put that over there. Anyways, yeah, I just want to share more of these stories and just make people like more aware because for one, like there's so many scams on social media. All the like Bitcoins, crypto, um, w- the courses, like that's a major one. Everyone, and like they're literally selling these courses for like thousands and thousands, and like there's so many. There's just so many. So we're gonna start going through all the scams, especially ones that are like easy to fall for if you're on social media, because I obviously know like a lot of you people are. Um, and yeah, I just think that more people need to be like aware because people are like spending their whole life savings into investing, thinking like they're gonna get something back, and then they're like losing everything. And, sometimes like the scams or whatever, like some of them are dumb. It's like you should have, not fell for that. But I honestly feel bad for those people because some of them are good. Okay. Some of them are good. And even if they're good or not, like I still feel bad for them. Obviously, like no one should be ripped away from like their entire life savings. Imagine every single thing you've worked for and you invest into something and it's completely gone. Like that is life ruining. No one should go through that. Um, and then yeah, like a lot of especially younger people, like they're just so easy to scam. Like people are not smart with their money. They just blow it. They spend it on dumb stuff and they spend it on things that aren't even real because they see it on social media so they think it's real. Um so yeah, I just want to talk more about that stuff. My business is linked down below in my description. Also, you can join my Patreon. Basically, you can just I uploaded some tools on there. I just created it. I have a book that is on there. Also, that's on like the second tier, but every single tier you can message me and I can answer any questions. If you guys think, you're getting scammed in some type of way, if you have a business and you think someone is stealing from you or whatever the case is, message me on there or contact me through my business site and then I can respond from either. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have. I am gonna try to do more of these videos. I am gonna go out of town this weekend. But hopefully I can like get on here and do a live at least once a week and we can talk about more scams, more people scamming and what to watch out for. Also, I want to do more videos like about where you should invest your money. I'm not a certified like financial advisor, so I'm gonna warn everyone now, but I do have a finance degree and I have an accounting degree and have an MBA and I have am a certified fraud examiner. So I do have some credibility, but I'm not a financial advisor. So I will have to say that. But I want to do more videos and just try to help like especially the younger generation that you know what, we just need help sometimes. Especially if you don't look into this stuff. It's most of these cases the ones that they've been sentenced, they're all on the DOJ website. People aren't looking into it. Um, Unless like you're into fraud, you just don't know. So yeah, we're gonna do more of these videos. Um, I'm gonna be on probably next week because I'm going out of town. But I will see you guys then. And leave any like recommendations or anything you want me to talk about below. But I'll see you guys next time.